Hello everyone, and welcome back to another RuneScape video. Despite Crandor not technically being a city anymore, I still think it deserves a place in the Interesting Facts About RuneScape Cities playlist. Since Crandor is such a small island and a minuscule part of the RuneScape lore, it was very difficult to find facts for this video, thus why there is only 5 instead of 10. I tried to get as much information as I could about each fact so that the video wouldn't be too short. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy, and let's get right into the video. Number 5. Entrances. Crandor is an extremely difficult place to go to. In fact, before researching a previous video on how to get back, I believe there was no way to enter after completing the Dragon Slayer quest. In total, Crandor has 2 entrances. The first way to enter is by taking Ned's ship during the Dragon Slayer quest. The other option is by entering the Crandor volcano dungeon and opening a secret door. It's kind of funny how you access Crandor by entering a volcano only to be moved right back to another volcano. Number 4. Shipbuilders. The island of Crandor at one time was filled with very skilled shipbuilders. This was probably understandable as there are many rocks surrounding the island. When speaking to the Guildmaster in the Champions Guild, he says a ship made using a Crandorian design is needed to get to the island. This is probably why Ned's broken ship is found on the island as well. Anyway, at the time Crandor was very powerful and frequently used their ships to trade with every single port found throughout RuneScape. Number 3. Beautiful Island. At one point, Crandor was a beautiful island full of foliage and green grass. Jagex did eventually end up changing this in a graphical update, but I'm surprised it was ever this way. For those who haven't completed Dragon Slayer yet, the city was burned down years ago. Although technically some plants could have survived, it's unlikely, which is probably why the area is filled with ash. Then again, maybe some plants did begin to grow, but perhaps the hobgoblins that inhabit the island got a little hungry. Number 2. Ned's clone. This one I found pretty funny, yet interesting at the same time. Ned, the captain you speak to during the Dragon Slayer quest, is able to be found in 2 places at the same exact time. On Crandor, you'll find him standing inside of his broken ship that he used to get there. He's still here even when he's supposed to be back in Draenor village. Even after you complete the quest, he is still seen in both places. If you speak to Ned on Crandor, he won't tell you about Lumbridge or Draenor tasks, so you'll have to find him on his main location in Draenor to talk about them. So this means unless Ned is constantly sailing back and forth to Crandor and Draenor at the same time you do, then he must have a clone. I figure the clone theory makes a lot more sense, otherwise you'd have to pay quite a bit of GP breaking that boat every time. Number 1. A Lost City. Despite many of us completing the Dragon Slayer quest all the way, very few people knew about the lore behind Crandor. 30 years before the quest takes place, Crandor was a city filled with adventurers and mages. One day, one of the adventurers became curious as to what was inside the volcano at the center of the island. This is where he discovered Elvarg the dragon, and despite dying to her, he managed to give her the scar on her side. Elvarg then escaped the volcano and burned the entire city to the ground. Despite many people escaping, only 3 wizards survived. These wizards were known as Thalzor, Lozar, and Melzar. Melzar is actually the only NPC of the 3 that you can find and speak to in-game. That's all I have for this video, but if you'd like to see more top 10s, then don't forget to drop a like below. For more content from me, subscribe to my gaming channel, follow me on Twitter, and lastly subscribe here for more RuneScape content. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.